Yo, yo, yo. Live again, live again. It's a mad thing. Piss, boy. Yup. Convo's getting deep. Yeah, boy. Nearly mess up my thing still. Let's see. Add. What? I mean. What's going on? Yeah.
Yes, bro.
1 second though. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Yep. So we're back on.
All right. So boom, yeah. So basically, you're asking me, yeah, is all the biome, the whole bacterium, all them man, they're part of my life.
The immune system. The enzymes.
They're part of my life. Yeah. So they're part of my life. Were they separate? This is what you're asking me.
Consciousness, yeah. Consciousness.
So, are they consciousness?
No, I think their consciousness, because you said that everything is conscience, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Everything is consciousness, yes.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is yeah, wait, let me see what I'm to the sister. But yeah, basically.
Go on. Well, yeah, ask your question clearly and simply, innit?
Yeah, but basically, it's that. Yeah. I can't remember the way I put it before, but it's everything like. Yeah, because like you were saying about what I'm saying about separate systems and all of that type of thing there. Yeah, to a certain extent, and to probably majority of the extent, that yeah, I do agree with that. That there's systems that are separate, but they're all kinked into one. I'm not trying to say that I say there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that's going on that is separate. That's separate, and it concludes into one. Yeah, so you're saying that they're all one. You're saying that they're all one, and everything is consciousness within the human being. You're basically having control of everything. Yeah, if you put your mental and your conscience directly to it, like you said about the organs and sexual, you can your blood pressure, your heart rate, and etc. If you focus, like you said, through meditation and all those Buddhism people and all them type of meditation stuff that they do, they can manipulate energies and powers within the field. So what I'm saying is, you have control with every system within your field and everything that lives in your field. Would you agree with that, or you're saying that it's little bit levels to it? There's levels to it.
Well, this is the point. Interconnectivity is the rule of the universe, is the rule of the planet, is the rule of nature, is the rule of you. That is the rule. Everything's interconnected. Nothing is in and of itself. Nothing is in and of itself. Yeah? So the fact that you're really talking about something that makes up part of my system is part of my system, so I can have an effect on it.
Yeah, you can have an effect on it.
I didn't mute. That's my answer, bro. I have an effect on it. What I do affects it. What I choose to do affects it.
But the thing is, I'm not
about supreme control. It's not about supreme control. Anything I want occurs in a minute. It is to say what I do affects it. That's it. That's my answer, bro. What I do affects it.
So you have control of a microbiome.
Again, you choose the word control. I don't want to use that word because you're using it in this way that you want it to be supreme control. You want it to be like, oh, if I'm saying you can do this, and that means you're saying you completely control it.
No, but you use those examples. You use those examples of having control of organisms.
See people influence their bodies at different aspects. You would usually say, no, the point I was making, the this is the point I made with his examples. You can see clear-cut examples of things that are generally considered subconscious activities or unconscious activities where people have the ability to manipulate and do different things that most people can't do. I didn't say they could just make themselves turn into fire. I said he can warm himself up, he can cool himself down. That isn't supreme control. That is being able to have an effect on it.
All right. No, but I agree with that anyway.
Yeah, the point, you see what happens is, yeah, you look at it's these totalities. You're dealing with totalities. And it comes from this Western logic of thinking. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to...
What do you mean totality?
Totalities. I'm saying something and you're saying, so we're saying that means you control it fully, or this is separate to that, or these kind of things, these kind of concepts. Like subconscious and conscious, they're separate. That's 10 and that's 5 and that's 90 and that's that. And well, so what you saying? That means you can control it all. Is it all you? Is it all one, or is it all separate? These are totalities. It ain't like that. You asked me a second ago. Is it or is there levels? It's levels. The key thing to remember is everything is interconnected. And
but
in
no,
quantum mechanics, in physics, go on.
Like I was saying, I don't think you're trying to make it out that what I said as well, if you was listening when I was saying about it, I said that they all link up. I said they all link up. When we deal with the cerebral cortex, yeah, and then the neurons that firing off, yeah, actual potentials, yeah, stimuli, yeah, I don't think we understand how much goes on into the brain, yeah. It is what I was trying to say in the physical realm as a computer. There's a lot, like, even up to this, pulling at this little picture here, yeah, this picture here. This is what goes on in your brain, yeah. And this is stimuli from different aspects of your peripheral system. This is different aspects. Wait. So this is the peripheral system. All these veins that govern all around your body, and it links up to the central nervous system that enters all the way into your brain. So this is the autonomic system that that consciousness, yeah, has no control of, because they have senses and stimuli that runs every part of your body, from your toenail to your nose to the microorganism that lives on our skin. Yeah, microorganisms, other species that can jump off and then live life in the grass, that is not governed by our realm. Yeah, that is foreign to our realm. We got COVID-19, a new agent that comes onto Earth and enters into our system. Now we have to adapt it. You see what I'm saying? So when you say, well, okay, you can definitely, I know where you can get back to the thing. What I'm trying to say is, these are different entities. Different entities, like you said, they all got consciousness. They have got control. These entities have got control. Microorganisms in your stomach have control. They have control for the fact that if you eat something that's sugary, that feeds them, they will send you happy signals like serotonin and dopamine that makes you feel that this is necessary for me. But then yet your cells are saying, I'm not getting fed now. There ain't no electrolytes that's there for me. There ain't no fiber that's there for me. There ain't no carbohydrate that gets converted into glucose for me to use for APT. You see what I'm saying? That's not in the dietary that my microorganism has manipulated my brain to think that I need. So when we actually think that we are in control, then microorganisms sense these manipulations and kind of like delusion your thoughts. And this is where I'm getting at. I'm not trying to say that it's separate and they're all linked. They govern in that powerhouse, which is the brain. They're all governed. Fires, you know, you got the eyes firing, your ears are firing, your touch is just, it's firing. They're all firing and they're all they're all linking up and intertwining, and even up to our thoughts that we're thinking, yeah? We kind of consciously like hear the loudest voice in our head. There's mechanisms in our head. Even if, like, for example, I don't know what you do, but when I go into the train on the way to work early in the morning, bro, you know how many different thoughts that is just powering through my brain? I got music that I'm not even listening to. It's firing at the same time as me thinking about something. You know? So the powerhouse is powering. But obviously there's an innate innate, which is the frontal lobe that deals with the exclusive functioning, that had a little bit of more of a control of what you should think about, and then put everything else in a mute mode in the back of your brain, or you know what I mean, a mute mode, but you're still hearing it. And this is where I'm saying that where it like it's like a powerhouse of confusion, really, I would say.
Again, yeah, interconnectivity. Everything has an effect. You, as a conscious, see the difference between that diagram of a brain and a real brain? That diagram of a brain was like a machine, innit? Like you were describing it. It's a fixed thing. But the fact about a human brain is this shit is malleable as fuck. It's always changing. All I gotta do is think a thought, and I've changed my brain again. I've just got to think a new thought. And the way it was a second ago, it's not no more. This change of my brain affects my body. This change of my brain that affects my body now affects whatever symbiotic relationship I have with the life forms that I'm living with. Because I've just changed my body, right? So whatever I'm symbiotically living with is going to be affected, because the thing that they're symbiotically living with has changed. So I affect these guys that jump in and out of me, and they affect me. I affect the virus, it affects me. You understand?
Yep.
What I do with my body can be affected by the things I think. You understand? Therefore, I have the conscious ability to influence and affect all of these things. Everything that is connected to me, and any effect my physical reality, my physical body can have, is directly connected to my ability to think and choose what to do. So this is the point I'm getting at. If the whole world is a system and everything is part of this one system, and any part of the system does something, it affects the whole system, and then I have this independent ability to think and choose what to do, then that means I have the ability to affect the whole system at will. This is the significance of consciousness. And this is my point.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt y'all, but I gotta step away. So I appreciate you, Bill.
No problem.
All right, I gotta step away, but I appreciate it.
All right, no problem, sis. All right, that's cool. Yeah. So. Okay. All right. Nah, cause I was planning to get somewhere as well. Still, in this convo, I was planning to get. So. My thing is, what's my thing? My thing is that all the stimuli, all the senses, the six senses that our body conduct via frequencies and etc. Yeah, creates our consciousness. This is my stance. It creates it. Our experiences that we have experienced through the six senses, it creates what we have as consciousness. Yeah. And then if any damages that would occur on that powerhouse, that machine, could affect our consciousness, our illusion, our thinking, is not damage to the consciousness, it's damage to our physical, tangible brain that affect our consciousness. So what I'm saying is that the powerhouse is the fundamental factor of having consciousness. Yeah, to a certain extent. Yeah, I would say that. I would say because when we deal with schizophrenia and other mental health now, yeah, a person can transform from a consciousness being that we know as H, and turn into someone that we don't know as someone else in a split second. There's drugs that can influence thoughts and etc. Yeah, and this is a cause and effect of how our cerebral cortex get affected, and we can see via the synapse and the neurons, the neuron transmitters, especially for example like drugs like cocaine and other stuff, they have blockers neurotransmitters blockers that encourage things like dopamine and block out other neurotransmitters and hormones, yeah, that has those effects where you start seeing things like for example the magic mushrooms. These can be documented and seen in a laboratory, yeah. This cause a direct effect to the awareness, yeah, and the ability to even precisely think and create thoughts in the way that you would have prior to the damages of the cerebral cortex. This is why where I would say that the cerebral cortex and the sixth senses governs the consciousness. The consciousness don't govern the cerebral cortex and the sixth senses. But you will say otherwise, innit?
So what's the sixth sense that you're talking about?
Perception, smell. That's a sixth sense. That's a sixth sense.
No, but all of the senses are a form of perception.
But that's a sixth sense. If you were to Google six senses of the human body, perception be one of them. Yeah?
Nah, it isn't. It's
nah, it isn't. Brother, I've done the research, bro. You can Google it now. I just ain't got internet. I would have showed you still.
I'm going to Google it now.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, do it now. The sixth sense of the human body. Yeah? You got smell, you got taste, you got touch, you got vision, and you got eye and hearing. And the sixth one is perception. This is when you deal with the sensory nervous system. I just ain't got internet. But yeah. And that governs the consciousness. That's well. Yeah. You know? And this is a build-up of the six senses, you know? Because as I can show you the development of our cerebral cortex.
Okay, yeah, so it's saying the sixth sense is the ability to perceive where your body parts are.
Perception.
Yeah, that's the ability to perceive where your body parts are.
Okay.
That's what they mean by perception, the ability to perceive where your body parts are. This is what they mean.
I just ain't got the fucking Google. I would have, yeah. But anywho, yeah.
But that's what it is defined as, because hearing is a form of perception, isn't it? That's why I don't like. What does that mean? They say as it defines where your body, knowing where your body parts are. It's a form of perception. That's what they call it, a sixth sense.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. So boom. So what you're saying now? So imagine somebody is what they class as brain dead. Would you say that they don't have consciousness no more?
Yeah.
When I say brain dead, I mean like in a coma, sorry.
Yeah, they don't have no consciousness. Because consciousness has meaning.
No, not brain dead, I mean in a coma.
In a coma?
Yeah.
To a certain form, yes. They don't have consciousness, no. Consciousness got meaning to it.
What do you mean by consciousness?
No, but the definition meaning.
Physical reality, isn't it? That's what you're describing.
No, there's two definitions of consciousness. This is where it's a little bit. This is
the point I'm making. So what you're describing as consciousness is the conscious experience of things.
No, being aware.
Yeah.
Being aware.
Yeah, of specific things in material. Exactly.
Being aware of being aware of thyself. Being aware of their existence. Being aware of your existence.
Things, you mean?
Your existence.
What do you mean? But so
Google it.
A kid might not be aware of his existence. He just is, isn't it? Like a dog. How do you know a dog is aware of his existence? He just knows he's there and he's hungry. Do you get what I mean? A slug. How do you know a slug's aware of their existence? How do you know a bacteria is aware of their existence? But I would still say they have a level of consciousness. So you're talking about a specific thing that's different to what I'm talking about when we talk about the term consciousness.
I think we need to just Google it.
I'm saying so what?
We need to Google it.
Google what?
Consciousness.
We're talking about it now, though.
No, but we need to Google what the actual meaning is, because there's two meanings to it.
Brother, this is what I'm explaining now. This is why we're talking about it. There are two ways of looking at it.
Okay.
It's being consciously aware.
Yep, that's one.
This is a form of consciousness, right?
Yep.
I am consciously aware that you're on the screen.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yep.
So these are what are attached to your senses. What you can sense. If you can't sense it, then you're not conscious of it. If you can't sense anything, therefore, you're not conscious.
That's fair enough.
Based on that terminology, if you can't sense anything, you are not conscious. Therefore, you don't have consciousness of anything. In that terminology, if consciousness is just a matter of being aware of things, then you are not. As soon
that
as
is one definition. That's one definition, yeah. But even then, in it, but
the one I'm talking about is different. I don't need the dictionary to tell me. I know which one I'm talking about. I'm just trying to make sure you
so
see.
Which one are you talking about then?
This is why I'm saying all of this, so you know that there's a difference. I know there's a difference. I'm just explaining all of this so you know there's a difference.
Okay.
So the one you're saying is a consequence of the senses is the one we just now described. But the one I'm describing is a consequence of just being a living thing. And on a level, everything's on a certain level, everything's alive. But let's just keep it human. If you're in a coma, but you're a living thing, you still have a consciousness, the way I'm describing it. Doesn't matter if you can't smell, see, touch, taste, hear, or be aware of your body parts. That means nothing to the fact that you're still conscious.
So you can still...
Yeah,
again.
And people have woken up in comas and said they've had dreams. They thought about this and they thought about that. That's a fact.
That's because your brain is still working.
Yeah, but that's my point. They didn't have none of the senses. That's my point.
Yeah, but the thing is about the brain. No, okay.
No, but they had none of the senses. You just said the senses create the consciousness. So if you take
but if you already had those experiences, those experiences are still active in your brain. Like you said, wait, Matchfit, let me, wait.
I knew you would say that, cool.
Yeah.
So then,
I
would go to the room.
Yeah, we can go to the room.
Sperm. Or I would go to
We can go there.
No, I would go to a fully newly conceived fetus, or even before that. Yeah,
the neural tube.
So that's not the point. I don't need the diagram. Let's just talk. It doesn't matter. The point I'm making.
Now this is a teaching tool as well, Matchfit.
A newly conceived baby in the womb has no previous experience.
Yeah.
Has no senses yet. Has no sensory systems developed yet.
They're developing.
You would say they have no consciousness based on that definition. I would say they do.
Okay.
A sperm just created. Just now, my balls bags has no previous experience. I would say it has consciousness.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is my point.
But this is where we differ.
Things. I'm just trying to describe the two different types of consciousness.
Okay,
fair enough. Is fine.
Fair enough.
But just so you understand, you're talking about a specific thing that I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the quintessential thing that makes a living thing a living thing. And therefore, if you really understand it all, everything's living in some way, but let's just keep it on things that we can biologically say are alive. This is the quintessential thing that we ascribe to living things. And from the moment they're alive, whether or not they can sense, taste, smell, taste, touch, hear, or know where their body parts are, it doesn't matter. Consciousness exists in that thing. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. By your definition, yeah. Well,
what the brain does do. Let me just finish here. What the brain does do, and all of these things you're talking about, it allows consciousness to manifest in one way or the other. It's like me looking right now. If I put glasses with green tints on, everything looks green now.
Yeah. That's
the brain. That's the state of the brain. So when you're talking about a man with split personality disorder, it's like putting glasses on with cracked lenses. Now, I might still be me, but as long as those glasses are on, I'm going to see 8 men every time I look at one man. There's nothing I can do about that, because that's my glasses. They're broken now, innit? And now I see 8 of everything. That's how it works for me now. So my consciousness can only express through that lens. So your brain is the material reality that your consciousness is manifesting through. Your body is the material reality that your consciousness is manifesting through. So only what that materiality allows your consciousness to do. It's the same with animals. When you compare animals to us, for example, it's only what their body allows them to do is what their conscious will allow them to do.
Okay.
Now they might have a conscious, just like I have a consciousness, but they're stuck in an ape with a small brain.
Okay.
The ability to have shorter memories, and it doesn't have the ability to focus, and the emotions are much higher than mine. The need for food is much higher than mine. The need for fear the emotions are much stronger, so they don't have the ability to calm down their brain and think and focus and all these things. Only the human has created this structure, nature anyway, nature's created this structure of a human body and a human mind, which allows consciousness to manifest in such a way that allows me to have this conversation and allows humans to create art and all this shit. It's because the brain is such a structure that allows consciousness to manifest in this way. So it's 100% how the body is, the state that it is in, describes how consciousness is capable of manifesting. But just because it's not the state of the body that decides whether consciousness exists or not. Because it was already there.
Nah, you know what, yeah. But the thing is, I don't think if what you're breaking down and what you're understanding of however you like the consciousness, it makes sense. It's not really I'm not here just to just think that I'm not telling you that you're wrong about whatever you're doing, or this ain't a conversation for that. This is a conversation of just bringing, and it's a form of teaching too, because I taught, you know, the same way you taught. So it's one of them ones. But I think we just leave it as that one for that convo anyway. Unless we can carry on another one, but it just goes on. But
and just on that one there, just to finish off that one there. You gotta understand, when I say everything is consciousness and everything is one consciousness, just in simple terms, just to see what I'm saying is it's a fundamental fact. Everything is part of one system of nature. Okay. Nature is just one big system. You and the trees are brethren. You came up together. You and the bacteria in your gut are brethren. You came up together. Nothing is in and of itself. Interconnectivity is the rule of nature. So everything was created the way it is because everything else is the way it is, because it's all one system of nature. This is why I'm saying the consciousness is predates the senses that I have. Because it's all a piece of the consciousness of nature, that one body of nature. That has allowed this expression to exist and have all of these attributes and manifest in the way it has manifested. This nature existed long before Henry or Peyote existed, bro. You understand? I'm just the recent manifestation of it. I'm today's manifestation of it. If I have kids, the direct connection, that will be tomorrow's manifestation of it. But it was already there before the youth was even conceived. It just manifested in that youth when that youth was actually born. You understand? That's consciousness I'm talking about. And I don't want to use that word because when we use the word spirit, it gets confused. But the ancients would have just said spirit. That's what I'm talking about. Spirit, not what you're calling.
All right, but you know,
we're talking about spirit.
That's fine. This is where the next build has to be. It's about African spirituality. I think you know where it is, yeah? Like, especially after me and Real Pain and that's going to be released out soon. But, you know, we need to actually speak and teach about the systems, you know, our systems. A lot of people hear that Christianity is, well, from us or from me on my channel, that Asian Christianity and Islam, we need to put that away, put that down. What should we pick up though? What should we pick up? What's our alternative? What we need to pick up? So we need to speak upon that. We need to speak about that. That's why I want to get my sister again and another, hopefully someone else can come in, and we need to speak. We need to break down spiritual systems in the way that you understand it, the way that I understand it, and the way she understands it, so people can actually start thinking, right, it's not like when, because you know I had like everyone like glorifying it, saying like voodoo and voodoo juju and all of that, like it's demonic things and devil worship and tap things there. We need to make a video about that. We need to talk about that. So this is the next one. I think that's the next one, and how we can move with those systems, and we can update the systems, because the systems don't have to be like, we don't have to start doing the same thing that our Asians done, that because times has changed in 2002.
It's just about the principles. It's just understanding the principles. But I had the pattern. I got the pattern here. There's about 7 things that need to be discussed and understood. Because again, all the African spirituality, when we say that, it's just about understanding the fundamental principles of reality. And then they just told stories to explain these principles in many ways. As I'm saying, you got too far. You got too far. You got too far already, bro. No, it's important. But I'm saying, but that needs to get broken down. Yeah, that all need to be broken down, but not now. No, but I just want to give you because Because I already thought about it, and they need to be broken down. Certain discussions need to have, and there's specific headings in it.
Well, you want to do it? We don't do that now. You want to come off this live and do it now?
I just want to, just so you know.
Okay.
So you know.
Yeah, we don't do it now. We don't do it now. We don't do it now. Go on.
No, we don't have to build now, but just so you know. So
Yeah.
you brought it up. Like, you can think on it yourself.
Of course.
Because I've seen over the times talking about this, these are the issues people have and the people don't understand.
Okay.
So, first is the simple fact that African spirituality and these spiritual systems always believed in one.
Okay.
In the one God. In the one God system, or the one at the beginning.
Why you my problem with God when you use God blood. Because their interpretation of them interpretation of God is it's a male figure that can talk
I'm just
and control.
using that term because people know what we mean.
Why don't you use conscience? I'd rather you use consciousness.
No, but then, because the point I'm making is these are the discussions that you just said it yourself. People don't understand, and it's the Christians and the blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
These are the problems that we have with them. These are why these are the headings. This is why I'm suggesting this.
Okay.
Because these are the things that people say. You don't believe in bare gods.
You
believe in bare gods.
Pagan.
So I'm saying, no, you don't understand. And I'm only using the word God because this is what they're saying, and they did it. You don't understand.
Okay.
The principle, the fundamental principle in all of the teachings is that there is one source.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like
There is
that source.
one God.
Okay.
And all of these things that you think we believe in different God is aspects of that God. And we have to explain that concept because they always think that you believe that these beliefs are based on bare gods. Yeah?
Yeah.
2, at the ancestor worship. They think man worship ancestors. That's not true either. Yeah, it's about reverence. It's about honoring the ancestors. It's about remembering you're only here because someone came before you, and they are literally you. I've got my great granddad's nose. I've got my great granddad's ear.
Yep.
I'm supposed to remember that and acknowledge that in this life I'm part of a chain. And they always say, "Oh, but you lot pray to the dead. You lot pray to dead people." You understand? So you need to explain. We need to make them understand what this whole concept is about.
Yep.
You understand?
Yeah, man.
And then when it comes to the importance of the feminine divine, they need to understand duality.
Yes.
They need to understand the principle of duality. They need to understand on a physics level, on every level, the importance of the concept of duality and why these men are actually moving mad when everything's man, and there's no female. They're moving mad because it doesn't make sense on any level. So why it's so fundamentally important that any system should have the feminine and the male and the masculine in equal and explain the whole concept of duality.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And really make them understand the importance of the concept of duality. Because again, this is something, they don't say it, but we can say that about them. Because they can't bring up this male thing because their thing's all man. But we can say, but look at your thing though. How do you have 350 men and not one woman? It don't make no sense. So this is a clear cut. That's a bit confused, fam. Because how does that work, bro? That doesn't even add up. You understand? So these are 3 clear-cut things. I've got 4 other points. But like I say, it's about dealing with the subjects that are misunderstood.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. We do that, man. We do that. That's powerful. That's going to be powerful, bro. It's going to be powerful. Yeah, man. So salute your thing again. Match it again. You know? And then we definitely build on that, bro. You know? So, all right, cuz. All right, bless up.